accepted fact. The real question is, well, okay, how do we create and deploy this positioning so we can utilize its benefits in our marketing and in our marketplace, right? So let's get on it. Step one is we want to determine what your global desired position is. And here's what this means as it relates to us, right? So positioning is different for guys like us than it is for big corporations. We're not as concerned as branding and stuff. We're concerned about getting as much money as possible while delivering the most goodwill we can to our community. So here's what it means for us. Your positioning will be centered around what you want your marketplace to think about you. Okay, and here's a good way to imagine this. So imagine that you are about to take the stage in front of 1,000 ideal prospects, like the best people you could possibly be presenting to. Like, these are the perfect prospects to become your customers. How would you want yourself to be introduced to those people? So you're about to take the stage, the MC is about to introduce you. What do you want that MC to say about you? Now, what it is that you want him to say about you is a great way to really zero in on what you want your global desired position or perception to be, right? So here's some ways to sort of work it out. So first thing you want to do is find out what your magic power is. And of course, you know what your magic power is, right? So you might be really good at rapid weight loss. You might be really good at client conversion. You might be really good at instituting change within someone. Whatever it is, that's your thing, right? So in our marketplace, Jeff Walker, everyone knows him, loves him. He's the launch guy. Andy Jenkins, video guy. Next thing you need to understand and really identify is what your superhero identity is. And this is really like the character almost that your marketplace knows you as, right? So for me, I was the mass control surfer guy, and then I switched to president of the internet, which was largely by accident. And I figured, hey, I'll take it. Why not? And then I have moved to being the guy who is primarily the consultant to the internet marketing industry, right? So you can define this as long as it's true. Obviously, you can define it, and you need to be very specific in what you want it to be, because what your market perceives you as is going to function as a means to increase your conversion, increase your profitability, increase all manner of stuff, your demand, everything. So it's really, really important. The next thing you need to understand is what you stand for that you can present to the marketplace, and finally, what you stand against. So I know we're kind of starting to get a little ethereal here, so let me bring it in to context for you. Okay, so let's take it back to that day. You're about to take the stage, 1,000 people there, you're stoked, they haven't met you, you want to make the best possible impression you can, and we know that you're about to be introduced by the MC. What do we want him to say? Well, a good way to craft that and thus really get clear on what your global desired position is to answer, or rather fill in the blanks in this sentence, right? So your name is known as the most sought after, and then insert magic power or superhero identity in the marketplace. Okay, so that's sentence number one. And incidentally, you can be known as the something else, right? I'm just putting the most sought after, but you can, if you want it to be known as something else, whatever it is. So your name is known as the blank, and then insert magic power or super identity in the marketplace. Now the next sentence says, he or she is famous for, and now you fill in this blank here with the application of your magic power applied to what you stand for. Right? And now I know we're getting a little weird, so I'm going to show you an example here in a minute, and then you wrap that sentence up with what you stand against. And the reason this is important is because one of the most classic and effective headline statements, or rather headline formulas in the world, is something I call how to yay without boo, how to get an awesome result without bad stuff, right? So that's why we want to have this in the last sentence here in terms of building up your global desired perception. So let me go ahead and just answer these blanks or fill in the sentence for you as it would pertain to my own business, right? So if I were being introduced, here's what I would want them to say about me. I'd want them to say, Frank Kern is known as the most sought after direct response internet marketing copywriter and consultant. Now I'll stop there. What am I doing? I'm inserting my superhero identity, right? And also my magic power. To a degree, yeah, my magic power is getting clients, etc., for consultants, coaches, and service providers, and helping them structure that business. So I'm inserting all of that in there. Frank Kern is known as the most sought after direct response internet marketing copywriter and consultant. And now we go on in the online business community. So earlier in the previous example, I said in the marketplace, right? But you want to define your marketplace a little more. So I've said in the online business community. Now we go to the second half of this. He is famous for And now I'm going to do this next little part is where I insert the application of the magic power in conjunction with what it is I stand for, right? So he is famous for creating wildly profitable internet marketing promotions, that's the application of the magic power, that also skyrocket brand loyalty and goodwill, because that's what I stand for. So if anyone's studied with me for any amount of time, you know that my primary goal is not only to generate customers and clients, but to do so in a way that builds goodwill, right? And now the final part of the sentence is without being obnoxious or even remotely salesy. So what are we taking away? The thing that I stand against, because that's one thing I can't stand in the marketplace and in marketing in general. It's just that hypey, obnoxious, Me Too type of stuff, right?